This is my skin 1 year ago, and this is my skin today. After suffering from adult acne for over 9 years and being tired of side effects from Accutane and Tretinoin, I finally decided to ditch them all and just try these 3 simple yet fundamentally important things that effectively cleared my skin. Plus, there's one secret weapon that was such a game changer for my skin, so make sure you watch till the end. I wanted to make this video because I know how much acne can consume your life both mentally and financially. When I see other people with severe acne, I never think, ew, that looks gross, and instantly turn on my judgment switch. Instead, I deeply empathize with the pain they might be going through, and I wish they can achieve clear skin soon. So I hope this video can give you useful tips that can help you improve your skin and stay healthy and beautiful. Here's a disclaimer.
I'm not a licensed dermatologist or a doctor, and everything that I'll talk about is based on my own experience, which may or may not work for you. So if you're experiencing severe acne, I suggest seeing a dermatologist or a doctor.
When my skin was at its worst, I tried every medications that are known to cure acne, including Accutane, Tretinoin, and antibiotics. I was even on Accutane 2 times, both for several months to a year. And every time I was on, my acne magically cleared away. But I had to deal with pretty severe side effects like dry eyes, chapped lips, hair loss, and mood swings. The second time I was on, I consulted with my dermatologist about all these side effects, especially about my mood swings and dry eyes. Man, it was such a rough time for me because my skin was slowly improving with less acne over the course of a few months. However, my mood swings were affecting my day-to-day, and my dry eyes were really bad to the point that I occasionally got blurred vision when I had to stay up late at night for my work. At that point, I was also undergoing eye treatments for dryness and vision problems. And every day, I was having dark thoughts about my life to the point I wanted to just give up on everything. So when I consulted with my dermatologist, she was concerned about dry eyes. But regarding my mood swings, she low-key insisted on continuing taking it, saying there's no scientific correlation between Accutane and mood swings or depressions. I did my research about it, and I found out that the FDA from 1982 to mid-2000 records 37 reports of suicide, 110 hospitalization for depression or suicidal behavior, and 284 cases of depression among people taking Accutane. Additionally, in 1998, drug maker Roche added a warning to Accutane's label stating that isotretinoin could potentially cause mental health disorders. I mean, if you just logically think about it, Accutane is known to have a potential risk of causing birth defects during pregnancy, and it's a highly controlled drug that you need to take pregnancy test and blood test every month in order to be prescribed with Accutane. I think there's no way it will have zero effect on mental health. So regardless of what she said, I decided for myself that this drug is potentially doing more harm to my body while it can clear my acne. And since I quit, my dry eyes and mood swings instantly started to improve. However, once I stopped taking it, my acne rebounded more aggressively. I also tried prescribed Tretinoin with antibiotics, which is notorious for its initial purge period, and it was quite bad for me. My skin was ridiculously dry and also covered with active breakouts, so when I even tried to conceal them with makeup, it never set well on my skin. And you could tell I had terrible skin underneath. And even after the purge was over, I continuously got a few big pimples, and my skin got extremely sensitive over time, so I decided to stop it. So what could I do when I didn't want to go back to Accutane or stick with Tretinoin and antibiotics that made my skin so irritable? The first thing I looked into was improving my internal health. If you're thinking, oh, this is so obvious, just bear with me for a second. Tackling acne from its root means you have to minimize inflammation and hormonal imbalance. Since it's a common knowledge that acne stems from hair follicles trapping oil and dead skin cells, we instantly think about changing skin products and skincare routines or exfoliating more frequently to remove dead skin cells. While skincare is definitely important, if your internal health is suboptimal, then no matter how expensive products you use and how diligent you are with exfoliating and washing your face, you'll keep getting acne. As a simple analogy, let's think about a plant. If the soil is spoiled without any nutrition or has poor drainage and doesn't get enough sunlight, no matter how well you water it, it will start to wilt. So there are 3 main things I like to highlight for improving internal health. If you can stick to these 3 things, you pretty much got your base covered. So here we go. Diet, sleep, and stress. When you're constantly getting acne, you want to first assess your diet because what you eat is pretty much who you are. Diet also has this interesting correlation to your sleep and stress in terms of how they can all cause a vicious cycle of you making bad choices for each of them. During my severe acne period, I was consuming so much fast food, sweets, instant noodles, and all the junk that my body would immediately react to in the next day or two by pushing out more acne. So let's first talk about food that you want to avoid or reduce. First, watch those carbs. Try to steer clear of high glycemic foods like refined carbs and sugary snacks. They can include things like highly processed cereals, donuts, soda, chips, potato fries, and even white rice and noodles. They can spike insulin levels, potentially triggering more acne. Also, cut back on dairy. Dairy products contain hormones that can mess with your hormonal balance, which is a key player in acne. Now, I get it. Saying goodbye to rice, dairy products, and sweet treats isn't really easy. As a fan of Korean meals and all things sweet, cutting them out completely seems almost impossible. But here's the deal. Awareness is a game changer. It's so important that you know what you're eating and how it affects your skin. For instance, what I do now is swap out white bread for whole grains in a sandwich and trade the milk in my latte for oat or almond milk without adding any sugar or syrups. Also, by simply cutting down on processed snacks and greasy fast food already makes a huge difference on not just my skin, but also how groggy and gassy I feel. These are just some visible signs that your body is not appreciating what you're consuming. Meanwhile, it's a great idea to stay close to these wonderful food for acne. First, fruits and vegetables. Last year, I decided to swap my regular lunch for salads, and bam, my skin thanked me. Plus, it helped with my bowel movement because I didn't feel bloated anymore. And when I have a sweet tooth, I opt for more natural, unprocessed foods like blueberries and apples instead of sugary snacks. In general, I think anything that's natural and close to their original form is better than processed products. If you somehow struggle to consume these things because you're lazy like me to grab them from the fridge, wash them, and cut them, then here's my suggestion. Make them into smoothies. What I've been doing recently is just getting frozen blueberries from Costco and banana, beets, kale, cabbage, and a bunch of veggies, and I pre-wash them, put them in separate containers to refrigerate them, and when I want to make smoothie, I would just dump them all and blend them with almond milk, beet juice, walnuts, and protein powder into smoothie every morning. It tastes great, quite filling, and also super balanced with wonderful nutrients. Also, you don't need to go through the hassle of having to wash them and prep them individually. Aside from food, I also like to incorporate healthier choices for beverages, and green tea is my staple for that. I've been drinking powdered green tea for over a year now, and it's been helping with my skin, but also with lowering my stress level. Green tea is known for its rich antioxidants. It's loaded with polyphenols, which act as powerful antioxidants. And these antioxidants can promote healthier skin by protecting it from oxidative stress. So to enjoy all these benefits, I've established my morning ritual of drinking powdered matcha I got from Ippodo Tea. They sell a variety of powdered matcha as well as tea bags, so I regularly purchase from this store. It's not sponsored, by the way. Every morning, I have tea time, which is so soothing and therapeutic for me. And I believe this daily tea time offers benefits of both stress reduction and providing antioxidants for my body, which should help reduce acne. And don't forget the basics. Water. I think the best way to drink lots of water is to build a habit. And for me, it was by getting a nice spacious water bottle that I can carry around easily. So I got this minimal white tumbler from Simple Modern. I love the design and how it comes with two types of lids. One for sipping and the other one for using a straw. And it holds about 24 ounces, which is plenty for about a half a day to a full day of water consumption for me. This is with me all the time since I carry this everywhere, to work, to gym, or anywhere I'm at home. Easily helped me build a habit of drinking water. Lastly, here's my secret weapon that helped me dramatically reduce formation of new acne. It's this guy right here. It's pantothenic acid from Now Supplement. So the reason why I tried this in the first place is when I was so fed up with all the medications, I decided to do my own research, and I learned that the vitamin B5 compound, pantothenic acid, improves your skin's ability to retain moisture, aids skin barrier repair, and prevents harmful toxins from entering your body. So vitamin B5 is a great way to treat and prevent acne. And apparently, there were so many testimonials of people overdosing this for a certain period of time to dramatically reduce acne, which can come with some side effects like nausea, diarrhea, abdominal pain, etc. However, vitamin B5 is a naturally occurring substance found in various plants and animals such as eggs, milk, vegetable, beef, chicken, and whole grains. Also, it's water soluble, so if your body doesn't need it anymore, you'll simply pee any excess out of your system. So I didn't really think it would be severely harmful to my body, even if I overdose it temporarily. So for about 3 months, I decided to take about 8 pills per day after each meal, which significantly helped with reducing active acne. The only side effect I personally dealt with overdosing this was more frequent diarrhea, but it was much better than when I was taking Accutane and had all these side effects and painful constipation. After all, I think the trade-off of overdosing this was far less than taking Accutane in my opinion. So if you want to give it a try, just do your research and see if this will be a right path for you. But personally, I only have good things to say about this option since it's affordable, you don't need prescription since it's FDA approved, and it's pretty risk-free. Now, let's talk about stress and sleep. The relationship between stress and acne is complex and can vary from person to person. But stress is known to be a contributing factor to acne. Stress can trigger release of stress hormones like cortisol that can lead to an increase in androgen levels. And androgens stimulates the sebaceous glands to produce excess oil that can clog pores. Stress can also induce inflammatory responses in the body, and inflammation is a key factor in the formation of acne. And when you get stressed, you're more likely to engage in unhealthy coping mechanisms like poor dietary choices, inadequate sleep, and neglecting skincare routines, which create this snowballing effect of harming your skin. And lack of sleep is also a huge factor for causing acne. There's a visible difference on my skin condition when I'm sleep deprived, and it's because sleep plays a crucial role in regulating hormone levels, reducing inflammation, immune system, and also it's tied to your stress levels. All that to say, you need to find your own ways to regulate stress and sleep cycle. I always strive to sleep before 11 p.m. unless I absolutely need to stay up past that. For example, if I have an important review the next day, then I might stay up longer. But the next day, I make sure I recharge with extra sleep. And that in itself can already help a lot with stress reduction. I know that I'm more depressed and cranky when I'm sleep deprived, so I force myself to keep this rhythm. I also work out for 1 hour once a week, which is not a lot, but so far, that's the most sustainable way for me to work out. And I do feel like that not only keeps my body fit, but also helps release stress because I feel awesome after every workout. So find your own rhythm to balance stress and sleep, and you'll be on the right track to achieving gray skin. Alright, let's dive into my second tip, which is skin hygiene. There are only 3 rules that I keep in mind to make sure I stay as hygienic as possible to minimize skin irritation and bacteria's transfer. Rule number 1. Clean tools rule. I keep everything touching my face squeaky clean, from lotion spatulas to makeup sponges. I clean my lotion spatulas with alcohol wipes before and after usage, and also use disposable makeup sponges when applying lotion, serum, and makeup. I also swap out the towel every 2 days and dive into fresh, clean sheets. Rule number 2, shower power. I always shower before bed. Your hair is a magnet for dust, so let's not bring that to bed. And after a day of makeup, I'm on it. Makeup off, face washed, pronto. No clogged pores on my watch. Rule number 3, hands off, hair up. Avoiding face touching is my mantra. Hands usually stay away, and when possible, I tie up my hair to prevent it from potentially irritating my skin. These are just some small efforts I make to maintain cleanliness for my skin. But the main thing for your takeaway is to minimize contact with your skin, and anything that comes in contact with skin should always be as clean as possible. The last topic I want to tackle is skincare. There are mainly 2 things in skincare that I always try to maintain these days. First, I reduce my makeup. I used to wear makeup every day whenever I needed to go outside. That would include applying full face foundation and concealers all over my face. And trust me, even if you use non-comedogenic makeup products, you're technically still applying something on top of your skin. that prevents your skin from breathing. And the best is to just avoid wearing anything other than sunscreen. But I know how challenging it is to fight the temptation to put the foundation on your skin when your skin looks red and textured. So what I typically do before going to work is I would wear oil-free sunscreen from Differin, which doesn't irritate my skin. And if I have some acne marks that I really want to hide, then I use this Neutrogena Skin Clearing Blemish Concealer as a spot concealer. In order to prevent any bacteria transferring to my skin, instead of using this sponge applicator that comes with it, I use a disposable makeup sponge to apply concealer on my skin. And I try my best to minimize the coverage of this concealer over my skin. And when I'm not going to work, I simply don't put anything on my skin other than some serums and moisturizer. Just nothing. So when you have lots of active acne, try to reduce social gatherings that encourage you to wear heavy makeup. And keep your skin as clean and unclogged as much as possible. Here's another great tip for you to reduce wearing makeup. Try to take advantage of your hormonal cycle to gradually transition to not wearing any makeup. So after my period ends, I usually have much cleaner skin without much pimples until I enter my period cycle. So I use the time to not put on any makeup, so I feel less insecure going outside or going to work. And that duration of time without makeup will maintain your skin to be healthier, so when you enter your period cycle, you'd only need to deal with much less pimples, and even then, you would minimize wearing makeup to conceal any blemishes. This really helped me slowly transition to wearing less and less makeup, which in a long run, along with all the other efforts, helped clearing my skin. And the last thing I want to mention is try not to pop your zits. And when you do, only pop the ones that are visibly ripe. You can tell it's ripe when you see this white lump of pus on the surface, and if you decide to get rid of it yourself, you'd want to make sure you use sterilized needle to poke it for drainage and then use extraction tools or Q-tips to squish it out. And don't forget to use an alcohol wipe to clean the surface of your skin before you do that. And after that, you want to wipe it again with another alcohol wipe and cover it up with spot patches. I use this Care Plus spot patch from Olive Young, which you can get from Amazon as well. I like this because it makes your redness and acne spot less visible while helping it to heal after sucking out all the remaining pus and preventing it from getting external toxins or bacteria. I know, all of these sound like a lot, but if you're already spending loads of money on buying expensive products or going through painful acne treatments, then I bet these will be worthwhile, not only for your skin, but also for your overall health. And I suggest you to just think of these efforts as self-care rather than wait to just tackle acne, which you want to do anyway for yourself. And if you're currently fighting acne, and if there's anything that you personally found effective on clearing acne, I would love to hear your story. So please drop your comments below. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, please like and subscribe. That will help a lot to grow this channel so I can create more useful content down the road. Thanks for watching, and I wish you the best glowing skin soon. See you later. Bye!